Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome to the second video in our 12-part series exploring all of the known Temtem of each type. Today we're going to be covering the electric type, but before we continue, I want to make this series a little more fun. Why don't we have people type in the comments which type they want to see me cover next, and the most popular one will be the next one on the chopping block. I want to do that moving forward as I think it'd be a lot more fun, and I like interacting with you guys and gals. So with all that being said, let's jump right in. To begin, there are 6 known electric type Temtem and 4 evolutionary lines, 2 of which being 2-stage lines, whilst the other 2 are single lines. So our first contender is Ampling, whom we don't have much info on, and is currently not available in the game as of the creation of this video. Its appearance and personality description reads, Ampling is a small black and yellow Temtem, clearly based on a deer fawn. It has striking electric blue eyes, a tiny blue nose, and yellow lightning motifs across its body. It has small yellow 2-pronged antlers on its forehead and a small bushy tail. Its traits, TV yield, height, and weight are all unknown as of right now. Its base stats are much of the same. What we do know is that it was originally a scrapped Temtem and was voted to be brought back during the second Kickstarter update. Its name was proposed by a community member named It's Thomas, and its name is a combination of the words amp and fondling. It evolves into Amphitter after an unknown amount of levels. Amphitter is a dual electric nature type Temtem, and its personality description reads, The evolution of Ampling. Amphitter inherits its predecessor's lightning motifs and electric blue eyes. However, it is significantly larger and based on a full-grown deer. It has a tall, slender form and a pair of large yellow wedge-like horns. Its tail is flat and leaf-shaped with a yellow lightning bolt of fur in the center. As the evolved form of Ampling, it has the same fate regarding its stats and information. Its name is derived from 2 words being amp and satyr. Amp is, of course, a basic unit of electricity, and satyr is a woodland Greek deity. Overall, these 2 designs are pretty solid, so I'm glad they weren't scrapped. Perhaps we'll do a video in the future of all the scrap Temtem. So let me know what you guys would think of something like that. Hey guys, this is Future Ed here, and I wanted to throw in the Temtem known as Ragnit. We saw it in the animated trailer using electric type attacks. As of right now, its type is technically unknown, but I figured I'd throw it in here as an honorable mention until we get further detail in the future. My guess is that if it's dual typed, it would be electric digital. If it's monotyped, it's probably just electric. Next up is the Temtem Sparzy, a mono-electric type Temtem. Its appearance and personality description reads, Sparzy is a short humanoid Temtem with sea green skin contrasted by dark-colored arms and legs, and a dark torso with a jagged cyan-colored bolt pattern. This dark coloring is also present in the form of a strip that circumnavigates its head and masks its wide yellow eyes in a manner similar to that of a raccoon. It has a wide, smirking mouth filled with large, blunt teeth and a pointed protrusion under its chin, as well as jagged thunderbolt-like fin on its head. It has large hands and arms which parallel its short, stubby legs and flat foot pads, on the heels of which there are sharp spears. Also known familiarly as Sparky, this Temtem is a common sight in Sipanku. Children are warned to keep away from them. Although normally good-natured and cheerful, they can involuntarily discharge considerable electric shocks. It has one possible trait being Last Rush, which increases its attack and special attack and speed by 50% if the Tem is the last ally standing. I could see this ability being used in junction with some sort of sacrificial setup to sweep or something. It yields 2 attack TVs and comes in at 63 inches tall and 161 pounds. Its base stats, which I actually took the liberty of plugging in from Temtem Strat.
You're welcome, Temtem Wiki.
Are as follows. It has a base stat total of 454 and seems to be a fast physical attacker with a respectable amount of stamina. Interestingly enough, the last 2 Tems weren't ranked as they aren't technically in the game, but Sparzy is also not currently ranked on the Temtem Strat site. All I'm going to say about the design is that it looks like it's up to no good. Next up is Ganky, which is the first form of a 2-stage line. It's an electric wind-type Temtem, and its appearance and personality description reads, Ganky is a large flying Temtem. It is primarily yellow and brown and bears many features found both in insects and bull cattle. It has gentle features and seems to be smiling and cheerful almost all of the time. It has 2 enormous curved horns that end at a fine point, with a green ring near the tip of each one. Its face is yellow but features a small green circle on each cheek, almost like a small dimple. It has 2 legs, but it doesn't appear to have arms. Instead, it has 4 curved segments around its lower body, much like the wing segments of an insect. Many legends mention the kind but powerful Ganky as mountain spirits, mythologically related to lightning and whirlwinds. Although they are no longer revered as kami, they are still appreciated and bred. Its traits are botanophobia, which increases damage by 50% when attacked by nature techniques. Also, on a side note, this is defined as the irrational fear of plants. Its second possible trait is cold nature, which causes the Temtem to be insta-frozen instead of getting the cold status effect. In other words, both of its abilities actually make it worse than if it didn't have an ability. It yields 1 attack TV and comes in at 41 inches tall and 32 pounds. It evolves into Gazuma. Gazuma is also an electric and wind type Temtem, and its appearance and personality description reads: Gazuma is a large flying Temtem. It is primarily yellow and brown and bears many features found in both insects and bull cattle. It has gentle features and seems to be smiling and cheerful almost all of the time. It has 2 enormous curved horns that end at a fine point, with 2 green rings near the tip of each one. Its face is yellow but features a small green circle on each cheek, almost like a small dimple. It also has 2 small legs but doesn't appear to have arms. Instead, it has 4 curved segments around its lower body, much like the wing segments of an insect. In other words, its appearance and personality description is basically the same as Ganky's. Its little legend text says the same but plugs in Ganky for Gazuma. Its traits are receptive, which increases favorable status conditions by 1 turn, and fast charge, which gives Gazuma a +2 speed boost when digital Temtem enter the battle. It yields 2 attack TVs and comes in at 57 inches tall and 63 pounds. Its base stat total is 449 and focuses heavily on special defense and special attack. It currently sits in the B tier according to Temtem Strat. Our final electric type Temtem is Nestle, which is water and electric type. Its appearance and personality description reads: Nestle is a large aquatic Temtem that shares much of its appearance with eels. It has red eyes and its body is mostly light blue. Nearly all of the bottom half of its body is covered in yellow scales. It has several yellow fins located under its mouth, at the back of its head, and near the end of its tail. The top half of its head is colored in a light cyan, and at the top of its head is an orange triangular horn. The tip of its tail also has a similarly orange triangular fin, while at the center of its body are 2 orange dorsal fins that are more well-rounded. Water and electricity are always a dangerous mix, and it's never as true as the case with Nestle. These undulating, majestic creatures are home in open waters where their powerful electric discharges are most effective. Its traits are electric synthesize, which cause electric type attacks to heal it instead of causing damage. For those of you who don't know, immunities are not a thing in Temtem, so having this ability is actually quite a big deal. And hydrologist, which increases water attack damage by an extra 15%. It yields 2 special defense TVs and comes in at 75 inches tall and 144 pounds. Its base stat total is 437 and seems to be quite balanced overall. It's currently sitting in the D tier, which is quite disappointing because this thing has a really cool typing and even cooler abilities. So yeah, that was a list of all the electric type Temtem that we know of so far. So make sure to comment down below and let me know which type you want me to cover next. So far we've done neutral and electric, so everything else is fair game. Also let me know what you thought of each Temtem's design and possible strategic uses. With all that being said, make sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at GymLeaderEd, and until next time, peace.